Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back with you for another edition of CWN Predicts Impact Wrestling Victory Road 2023, taking place live tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. on Fight Impact Plus, as well as YouTube. YouTube for Impact Ultimate Insiders at that. And then the Countdown to Victory Road taking place live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Fight Impact Plus, as well as YouTube. That's the free version of YouTube. Even YouTube for Impact Ultimate Insiders. I wish they'd change that name, but fact is, when it comes down to it, that's only like $5 a month. So you're 11 matches tonight. Two of them on the countdown show. 9 matches on the show itself. But I mean, $5 for an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, you can't beat that. So recommendation, whether it be Fight, whether it be Impact Plus or YouTube, is about $5 a month, so it's absolutely unreal. Like I said, Impact Wrestling Victory Road 2023 taking place live tonight, Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York. The first of 2 big shows. Tomorrow night, we've got obviously the Impact 1000 TV taping taking place tomorrow. That's going to be huge for them as well. But like I said, tonight, 11 matches taking place, 2 on the countdown show. And it's been a while since I did CWN Predicts. If you tuned in last night for the Throwdown with Chris Maloney, the inaugural debut episode, thank you very much. I've adjusted the audio. I tested it last night after the show because I wasn't too happy with the audio from the Throwdown show, and it seems to be better. I won't know until I get off the air and check the sound recording. It was 27 months since I did a real live kind of main show yesterday, and so it's the tweaking has begun, and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so to speak, high attention to detail. So I got to make sure that the audio syncs well with the video. Obviously, my handsome face on screen once again. And if you're watching live, thank you very much. If you're watching the replay or listening to the replay, thank you very much as well. As we are on a bunch of streaming platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as many others. And you can find the links on YouTube, of course, but you can go to CWN Predicts, the subsection with regards to cwnonline.ca, and check it out there. But I'm rambling, so I'm going to get on to it. So 11 huge matches taking place tonight, 9 on the main show, like I said, 2 on the countdown show. Number 1 is the open challenge on Countdown to Victory Road. Alan Angels has issued an open challenge. Did this on, I don't know if it was on Instagram, but I definitely saw it on X. I got to get used to saying X as opposed to Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter to me. But anyways, he issued an open challenge on X because he said basically Impact has been on the rise, and seemingly enough, it's been on the rise since he made his debut for Impact. So he said kind of goes hand in hand. With that being said, he's kind of a little bit upset that he wasn't on the show. So he basically, issued an open challenge. I went through the roster today, and it's like it could be. His wording was very particular. It's like anybody from a promotion in the past, the present, a promotion that doesn't necessarily exist anymore, and he put an open challenge out there to anybody, but his wording was unique. So I went through the roster on the ImpactWrestling.com page there. Some of the names that popped up: Bhupinder Gujar, Jake Something, Johnny Swinger, yes, Johnny Swinger, Mike Bailey, Rich Swann, Sami Callihan. Now, I can't remember if Callihan is injured storyline-wise. I don't think he is. He could be one as well. And then I was thinking, you know what? Here's a shot in the dark. Maybe CM Punk makes his debut tonight for Impact Wrestling there in New York. So White Plains, New York. And I was like, you know what? No, it is not happening. It's not to say he's not going to be part of Impact in some kind of way, before the end of the year. That's a possibility as well, but it's not going to be tonight. So looking at the names, Alan Angels, open challenge. I don't think it's going to be one of those things where it's kind of, an everyday kind of every week type thing. I'm going to say Jake Something comes out, beats him up. And I almost want to switch that because I'm biased Canadian with Mike Bailey, but I'm going to say, no, you know what? Jake Something is his opponent, and Jake Something gets the win over Alan Angels. Hopefully shuts him up, but it'd be interesting to see where they go storyline-wise with Alan Angels. No longer part of the design, by the way, out on his own, trying to create, that opportunity for himself as a singles wrestler, not part of a group anymore. But that's my pick right there. Jake Something, and Jake Something for the win over Alan Angels tonight. Match number 2 on the pre-show, the Countdown to Victory Road, is ABC in a tag team match taking on Brian Myers as well as Moose. a little bit partial to ABC. They are, tremendous talents, tremendous athletes there. And Moose and Brian Myers, what do you do with those guys? I mean, they are, championship material, no matter what company or promotion they're part of, whether it's singles or tag team. But I don't know. It's just the tag team division right now, the top of the food chain, so to speak, is too strong for those guys to kind of make a punch at those championships. And they say, you've got to get through this, this match here in order to prove yourself for the championship. So I'm going to say, it's biased, but I'm going to say ABC for the win in this one against Moose and Brian Myers. Singles match starts off the main show for Victory Road there tonight. Crazy Steve taking on Black Taurus, and once great partners with regards to Decay with Rosemary there, and now they're on opposite sides of the field because of Crazy Steve being a little bit egotistical, a little bit hey, I'm going to change my story, and I'm going to basically use the life that I've lived to make sure I become a champion, to make sure I reach my full potential. So that being said, it's interesting to see these guys go at it, but the fact is, Crazy Steve for the win in this one. I'm curious and interested to see where the character goes, and basically if going from there to see whether or not they do put a singles championship on him, before the end of the year. So that'll be interesting. Next match, singles match. Now I'm doing these in the order that I feel is important. You've heard me say that before, but to me, the championships, for the most part, are always going to be the main matches, so that's why I always do the singles matches. That's why I always do the matches with regards to maybe nothing necessarily on the line, just like a one-on-one or a two-on-two. Fact is, when it comes down to it, singles match next, Deonna Purrazzo. Now, this is a big match, though, taking on the one and only returning Jordynne Grace. It was interesting because a lot of people weren't sure what was going to happen with Jordynne Grace, whether she's going to pursue other promotions, other ventures outside of the wrestling business. And all of a sudden, they did that promo package, I think was at Emergence, where they showed Jordynne Grace on, coming back. So that being said, Jordynne Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, did you put Purrazzo over, or do you continue to have her on that losing streak? I'm going to say you continue to have her on that losing streak to the point that she has to basically not change her character, but almost get a little more hungry. And then, to be able to go after Trinity for the Impact World Knockouts Championship there. But I'm going to say she loses to Jordynne Grace today. And I'm going to say Jordynne Grace for the win in this one here. Next match, anything goes match. Bully Ray taking on PCO. PCO just never seems to age. I mean, obviously his face, the makeup, everything else. He's in his 50s, but he's outperforms a lot of the workers on the roster. It's so unbelievable to know his character, still exists the way it does today. I watched him. Here in London, Ontario, when they had Under Siege take place back in May. And, it was interesting. I think it was May. Yeah, it had to be May. And it had to be May. Anyways, but fact is, when it went down, he, cinder blocks, everything else got involved. And he tables, and he's a beast, and talk about beast, Bully Ray. But it's interesting because of what I read a little bit earlier today, and that was with regards to the Dudley Boys have signed a Legends deal with the WWE. So does that mean after today, after tomorrow, this is the end of Bully Ray as far as Impact Wrestling goes? Because, knowing that they've signed a Legends deal means that they're getting paid video games, action figures, promotional tours, whatever the case may be. Devon and Bully have made up, so to speak. First time in 7 years, are going to be in a ring together tomorrow. And again, with the Legends deal, I'm going to say they put PC over strong in this and the Anything Goes match. And we kind of see the end of Bully Ray with regards to his career as a singles wrestler in Impact Wrestling for the time being. Obviously, there's that huge match tomorrow night. The Team 3D taking on To Be Determined. But I'm going to say this is it for Bully Ray and his singles run in Impact Wrestling, knowing that they signed the Legends deal. I haven't necessarily seen that confirmed on different websites, but the one website I did see it confirmed on, I trust. So I'm going to say, yeah, this is it for Bully Ray. PCO with a win in this one here. Next match, title versus career match for the Impact Digital Media Championship. You got the one and only Kenny King taking on Tommy Dreamer. And with King, he's a good standout champ. I tell you that. So is Joe Hendry. But the fact is, Tommy Dreamer, a little bit biased, but knowing that Terry Funk has recently passed away, Tommy Dreamer, his mother, at that passing away as well. I think there's going to come a time that he's going to want to hang up those boots, focus 100% focus on, say, backstage duties, no longer wrestling, focus on his family. And I think tonight, I don't know if it's going to be tonight, because the fact is, I think with was it Bound for Glory coming up next month in October, why not have it? Why not leave it till then? Have a double or nothing match, so to speak. So that being said, I'm going to say Tommy Dreamer. Yes, on September the 8th, 2023, I'm going to say Tommy Dreamer wins a championship on pay-per-view. And not sure how I think he's in his 50s as well, but I'm going to say Tommy Dreamer for the win for the championship against Kenny King in this one. That's the big shot in the dark there. Not as big as a CM Punk in that open challenge against Alan Angels. I didn't predict that, by the way, but that would be bigger than Dreamer winning the championship there. Next match of the night, Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match. MK Ultra taking on Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans with Jay Vidal. MK Ultra obviously is Masha Slamovich, as well as Killer Kelly. And, it was interesting seeing them, as enemies. And then all of a sudden they put them together as a team. I'm like, they're going to win those titles. And then win those titles. And they're a strong team, unique team, very strong team. Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans have, done good work the past couple months with regards to, forming an alliance, and Jay Vidal involved as well. But the MK Ultra just way too powerful and strong. I'm going to say MK Ultra for the win in that one there. Next match of the night. And I'm still getting used to this. I've got the microphone cover now, and it's not necessarily that big, but it's throwing me off as far as seeing the my notepad and my notes and stuff like that. So I've got to do every now and then tilt my head back and forth. And again, the age as well. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but I'm not going to be wearing glasses. I tell you, I wear glasses sometimes. Cheaters, I have them. Menus at restaurants and stuff like that, but no, I'm not doing it on the show. Knock on wood. So yeah, next match of the night, Impact World Tag Team Championship match. The Rascals as champs taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, champion, world champion at that. Chris Sabin, obviously another one of those guys who never seems to age, but you just put the titles on the Rascals. And the Motor City Machine Guns, makes no sense to give them back the belts, especially with the Rascals, especially with how hot Trey Miguel has been with regards to the year 2023, reestablishing himself as a singles champion. And all of a sudden now he's tag team champion again with Zachary Wentz. So I'm going to say Rascals for the win in that one there. This one is interesting. So Impact X Division Championship match. Lio Rush as champ taking on Kushida. Did they finally pull the trigger for Kushida? To my knowledge, he's never been champion as far as Impact Wrestling goes. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to leave a comment, or let me know, Chris at CWNonline.ca. But as far as I know, they've never had Kushida as champ. So Bound for Glory coming up next month. They have TV tapings tomorrow night. I don't think Lio Rush is going to be a one and done. I see he can get that championship back, but if you know where I'm going with this, Kushida for the win. And I'm going to mark out if it happens, but huge New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, especially now with the established guys that they have as far as New Japan USA goes, and the relationships that they have going on New Japan with Impact Wrestling as and many other companies as well. And Kushida being a mainstay. I was kind of bummed out back in May that Kushida wasn't part of those TV tapings that I saw, or the Under Siege event. But the fact is, he's still kicking around Impact Wrestling in September. So all these months later. So Kushida for the win in that one there. Second last match of the night, Impact Knockouts World Championship match. Trinity taking on the one and only Alicia Edwards. First of all, I never thought Alicia Edwards would have won that battle royal. Secondly, tuned into Impact Wrestling last night. She played a good heel. I mean, she played a cocky, arrogant heel. And I tuned in the TV, and all of a sudden, she's sitting there, and she's, I feet up on the table, I think it was, sunglasses, Eddie Edwards, behind her, and all of a sudden, Trinity, they're going back and forth as far as the word exchanges go. Trinity ends up going through a table. Alicia looks strong with that title. I'm like, man, this is something interesting, because I never would have expected, first of all, for her to be in that match. Secondly, all of a sudden, for her to kind of look like she could be champion. But that being said, it is Trinity, and I don't see the title coming off her anytime soon. Bound for Glory would be interesting, but I don't think it's going to happen there either. So I'm going to say Trinity for the win in this. But props to Alicia Edwards as well as Eddie for making her look strong last night. And it'd be interesting to see where they go with the character of Alicia Edwards and Eddie as well. Obviously, tomorrow night, it's going to be Frankie Kazarian and the one and only Tracy Brooks taking on Alicia and Eddie Edwards. That's going to be something as well. Can't wait to see that on TV. But the fact is, tomorrow night is tomorrow night. Tonight's tonight. And Trinity for the win in this one here to retain the Impact Knockouts World Championship. Last match of the night. Singles match should be match of the night, in my opinion. You've got two hungry bulls going at it, basically to try to get back that Impact World Championship that Alex Shelley holds. Josh Alexander had to relinquish it, to forfeit based on the fact that he was injured. Steve Macklin, same thing, gets injured. And next thing you know, I think it was Alex Shelley and what was it, Kushida? No, it was Kushida and Macklin. I'm getting my stories mixed up, but I know Macklin, or did Macklin lose it to Shelley? I think Macklin lost, I think, to Shelley, and then he got injured. Okay, so a lot of wrestling going on. My age isn't as young as it used to be, but anyways, long story short, two former champions going at it with Josh Alexander and Steve Macklin. Macklin, it's interesting because I had the WB Network on not too long ago, and Macklin was part of the Forgotten Sons group. I don't know if it was NXT or whether it was up in the main roster. I don't believe Forgotten Sons. I'm not quite sure. I think they were at SmackDown maybe, but anyways, different show. But anyways, how far Macklin has come. Same thing with Josh Alexander, how far he's come as well. And the fact is, when it comes down to it, you've got two hungry guys looking to get back that Impact World Championship. Do you put Macklin over, or do you put Josh Alexander over? If you put Macklin over, what happens next with Josh Alexander? Do you have to make him start over? And that being said, that already happened once to him. He wins the title. Next thing you know, he gets screwed over. Then all of a sudden, he wins the title again. He has that lengthy run, then gets injured. They've got to build Alexander. I don't know if they're going to do three-way at Bound for Glory, but then how do you have a winner? I mean, how do you have a loser in this match if that's the case? Because I don't know. They could go so many different directions. I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to say biased Canadian. I'm going to say Josh Alexander for the win. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out Bound for Glory. It's going to be interesting to see the TV tapings tomorrow night, see what happens there. I got to say Josh Alexander for the win in the main event tonight. So again, guys, Impact Wrestling Victory Road takes place 8 o'clock tonight. YouTube Fight as well as Impact Plus. Countdown takes place on Impact Plus, Fight, and free YouTube. And again, once again, here's my prediction. So Alan Angels gets defeated by Jake Something in the Open Challenge. ABC defeats Moose and Brian Myers. Singles match, Crazy Steve defeats Black Taurus. Singles match as well, Jordan Grace defeats Deanna Purrazzo. Anything Goes match. Bully Ray gets defeated by PCO. Title versus career match for the Impact Digital Media Championship. Kenny King loses to Tommy Dreamer and New. MK Ultra defeats Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans to retain. Rascals defeat Motor City Machine Guns to retain as well. Leo Rush loses the title to Kushida in the Impact X Division Championship match. We got Trinity going over Alicia Edwards to retain the Knockouts Women's Championship, the Knockouts World Championship, sorry. Singles match, main event, Josh Alexander for the win. So, guys, those are my predictions. And again, if you didn't get a chance to check out the Throwdown Chris Maloney last night, it is up on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. And you go to cwnonline.ca, go to the exclusive section, and then you can find the Throwdown there as well. I enjoyed doing it last night. Only downside was my voice did not hold out the way I wanted it to, but that is okay. I will get back used to it as well. And that being said, with regards to the Throwdown, I mentioned last night when I was doing the show, I don't know how often I'm going to do it. I think when there's big news or big events or whatever the case may be, for sure, if the stuff I want to talk about with regards to wrestling, for sure, there is potentially a big announcement I've got to make, and that is coming sometime this week. So I was thinking, hey, what can I do? How can I put one-on-one together? So the announcement is going to be made on the Throwdown. Look for it Thursday or Friday of next week. So a week from today or a week from yesterday on the Throwdown with Chris Maloney, episode number 2. Big announcement from myself. I am personally excited about it. I just got the news today, so I'm gonna do everything I can the next week or so to prep. But look for the Throwdown with Chris Maloney, myself, episode 2 next week. And for that big announcement, I will be making live on the air. I'm excited, and my wife knows I'm excited as well. And we'll have to wait and see if episode 2 takes place next Thursday, Friday. You'll know the big announcement is coming. But guys, that is it. Check me out at Chris Maloney CWN on social media. Hopefully the audio was fixed from yesterday. Curious to get off the air and check it here. I am the CWN founder and editor. I still like that little blurb underneath. One of these times I'm just going to put like hashtag peanut butter cups or something like that. Yeah. see if people are paying attention. But anyway, guys, that is enough from me. As always, thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to everybody again sometime soon.